The Detroit Pistons' 5th overall pick Ausar Thompson is the real deal. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive on Ausar's Summer League film and try to break down what his current strengths and weaknesses are. So with Ausar, the first thing we have to talk about is his physical tools. Thompson is listed at 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, and on top of that he has ridiculous speed and explosiveness. And all that physical talent makes Thompson a really effective defender, with the potential to one day become one of the league's best wing defenders. When defending the ball, Ausar's combination of size, length, and mobility allows him to simply keep the ball in front of him. When his man tries to attack an angle, Thompson is great at playing physical and not allowing the offense to get any leverage or momentum. Thompson also has ridiculously fast hands when defending the ball. Watch him on this play close out with his hands low, and notice how he's reading the offense's eyes. Then in an instant he quickly springs up and gets a piece of this pass. Now on this play, you'll see the ball handler attacking downhill, and when he brings the rock to his chest for just a split second, that's enough time and space for Ausar to make another play on the ball. Now Ausar is just as, if not more effective defensively playing off the ball. We can start off by looking at how good he is at fighting and maneuvering through screens. Again, Thompson is quick, physical, and has a motor, which allows him to make plays like these, where he's initially defending his man underneath the basket, and notice how he lowers his shoulder to sprint right past the pin down before it gets set, and he's able to meet his man right on the catch, to then straight up deny this jumper. You can really see on this play how effective Ausar's length is. Watch his man run off this pin down and handoff, and notice how much separation he creates planting off his right foot for a step back. With this much space, this should normally be a clean open jumper, but notice how Thompson shoots up like a slinky and gets a piece of the shot. When Ausar's playing in gap, he can also use that 7-foot reach to affect the ball handler, and he's really good at finding those small windows to knock the ball free. Off the ball, I also think Thompson is really good at helping and recovering back out to the perimeter. From these spots, his motor really shows, always giving extra effort to make life tougher for the offense. On this play, notice how Ausar shifts down deep in gap, which allows him to close off the drive. Then he scrambles back out to take away the shot, to then wall off another downhill attack. And again, Thompson's mobility from these spots is extremely impressive. Notice here when his man drives, how he rotates his hips to beat him to the spot. Then from here, he has the physicality to hold his ground. Ausar's physical tools also makes him pretty effective at defending around the basket. I wouldn't go as far as to call him a great rim protector, but in spots he can make some pretty effective plays around the basket. On this play, notice how Detroit's big gets knocked off balance going for the steal, and watch how Thompson just simply steps up and meets the opposing team center at the rim. So let's move on and look at Ausar's offense, and I think the best place to start is his game in transition. Now like we went over, Thompson's able to create a ton of turnovers with his defense, and that's obviously going to lead to points on the other end. With the ball on the break, Ausar is an absolute nightmare for defenses. First, because he's obviously an athletic freak, but second is he also has really good skills with the ball. You'll see him handling on the break here, and watch how Thompson crosses the ball to his right to then get to a low pickup and slice through the help. And from here, notice how both Ausar and the defense's momentum is being pulled towards the left, but Thompson's going to elevate up and exchange the ball to his right hand, which gives him a window to finish. When playing downhill, Ausar also has great touch. Watch Thompson catch here, and he immediately attacks into the defense's gravity, and he stretches out into this wide high-arcing lefty finish. And notice how he puts the rock right at the edge of the backboard, and the ball just dies at the rim. Now in the half court, Ausar's biggest strength is easily his ability to put pressure on the rim. He's an athletic, physical, and fearless driver. When getting into finishes, Thompson loves to jump and attack the shot blocker's body, which for sure can work effectively in spots, especially if you have Ausar's physical gifts. But going into the NBA season, I think Thompson needs to add a little more to his finishing bag, because at times he does have issues dealing with length, and I would like to see him add some different Euro steps and pro hops to his game, which would allow him to create better finishing angles when playing in the deep paint. But still, Ausar's physical talent alone is enough to put a lot of pressure on the defense, and he's able to generate plenty of buckets and fouls. I was also really impressed with Ausar's creation off the dribble. Now, I'm not saying he has Steph Curry or Kyrie-like handles, but I think Thompson has a really good foundation of ball control, footwork, and pace. On this play, watch Ausar pound the ball with his right hand and transfer all his weight to his outside foot. Then from here, Thompson is going to wrap the ball behind, then he takes one dribble and gathers it over the help side. Now he doesn't get this finish, but that ability to connect moves into gathers is elite stuff. Ausar is also great at setting moves up with his pace. Watch him casually go between the legs, and when he goes back through the other way, notice how he loads up from his knees and hips, which allows him to explode out of this move. Now we have Thompson coming downhill off the screen, and watch how he lifts both his eyes and shoulders, which gets this big completely out of his stance, giving Ausar the one dribble blow by dunk. Now the elephant in the room with Ausar's game is going to be his outside shooting. At the moment, Thompson is a below average shooter, and I thought in Ausar's first few games, he seemed a little hesitant in looking for his outside shot, which then led to teams going under Thompson's screens, making it way more difficult for him to get downhill. But as the games went on, I thought Ausar got way more aggressive and actively looking for his outside shot. And honestly, if he continues to work and shoot with confidence, I don't see any reason why he can't one day shoot over 35% from 3. I also think Ausar has the potential to one day become an elite mid-range scorer. Obviously, he needs to get better at putting the ball through the hoop, but I think he has the tools in his game to create a ton of these shots for himself. On this play, notice how much elevation he gets off the floor, while extending his release point well above his head. That's a trademark for pretty much every great mid-range scorer across the league, and I think if Thompson puts the work in, this could become a consistent part of his game. So let's move on and look at Thompson's playmaking, and from what I saw, I think Ausar has both a good feel of the game, and he's extremely unselfish, which allows him to make simple but effective plays like this, where he's pushing the pace in transition, and that rim pressure collapses the defense in, which opens up the easy kick-out 3. Because Thompson is such a big downhill scoring threat, there's almost always going to be passing options available for him. I love this play here, where Ausar turns the corner off the screen, and watch him use a Euro step back to his left side, which pulls this defender in and opens up another kick-out 3. Now in the half court, Thompson really likes to use his height to play make from over the top, which for sure can work in spots, but in pick and roll I would like to see him add some different pocket passes to his game, because these high lofting deliveries over the defense makes it easier for bigs to recover back to the ball. But like almost everything else, these skills get developed with more NBA reps and experience. So in this year's Summer League, I think we learned that Ausar Thompson for sure has a ton of talent and potential, and if he continues to play aggressive going into this NBA season, he may be a candidate for Rookie of the Year. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments who the kid should break down next. The kid's here.